Welcome back to my channel Excel Online Advisor, and today we are going to discuss a new Excel function which was updated recently last year. The function name is text before, which you can see on your screen. As its name suggests, it's help us to fetch a text from a sentence or to fetch some letters from a word using a delimiter. Here at the top I have write the syntax of this function in simple terms. It includes a text, a delimiter, instance number, match mode, match and if not found. We are going to discuss each and every details here on this video, so stay tuned and focus on the video. For any kind of doubts or any suggestion, you can comment below and let me know, and I will be happy to answer. So as its name suggests, text before, it helps us to fetch a text basically. Let me give you an example. Here we have a name Richard, a comma and then Shuk. Now I wish to get Richard only from this particular cell. Generally what we do is, let me put it right here. We generally use text to column function to do this. And either you can use a delimited or a fixed width. Let's use a delimiter. I have put a comma. If I click finish, then I can get Richard here, which I want. But what if I have this thing, taxes, where we have a hyphen between each letter? Now I want that on the first cell I can have my desired results like this. So by using text to column, I can get this using a fixed width, but that will be a bit difficult if you have a lot of data there. You can not do that things, or maybe if your data is not symmetrical, like right now you just have 5 letters, but what if you have 10 to 20 letters or a sentence, then it will be a bit difficult. So to overcome this problem, Microsoft has introduced this text before function. Let me give you an example how we can use it. Here I have put the function text before. It is asking for the text, that will be the cell. Now the delimiter will be the comma, so I need to put it under double braces here like this, and once I close this bracket I get the value Richard, which is quite easy. It is just like text to column. But what if I need initial 3 letters? So if I'm going to use text before like this, the delimiter is the hyphen here. So if I'm going to use this formula, let's see what value we have. So we are just getting the first letter T. Why? Because here we have put the text delimiter. Now instance num, the default value of this instant num is 1, which means it is considering this hyphen as the first occurrence. So it will get us the fetch, like it will fetch the values which is before the first delimiter. Now what if I want the value before the third delimiter, because we have multiple delimiters here and that's hyphen. But what if I want the first 3 letters, which mean I want that this function should consider the third delimiter. For that you have just to put this instance num. By default the value is 1, but we need the value before 3 delimiters, so I'm going to put 3 here, and if I press enter I get TEX. That's my desired result. In the same way, if I want that I want to get the value before the 4th delimiter, I can make the modification. I can get like this. This is what instance num is. This is completely optional for you. The first two, that is text and delimiter, these two are compulsory. and by default this instance num is set as 1, which means if you have multiple delimiters it will consider the first delimiter and it will give you the value before that one. So use the formula as per your own requirement. Now let's talk about the fourth, which is match mode. Match mode is case sensitive here. How? Let's talk about this example. Here I have write 2 space x space 4. Now if I'm going to use text before for this, I'm going to put smaller case x like this, and if I close this I get the value in a, because here the x is in uppercase and this one, have a look to the formula. Here in this formula we have a lowercase x. That's the reference and that's what I have written here. It's case sensitive and by default it is always enabled on this text before function. So in order to disable it you have to change the value of match mode from 0 to 1. How can you do this? Let's see here. I'm going to use this allow. The delimiter is x. Again, I have used the lowercase x, not the uppercase. Instance num, we are going to leave this, so I'm going to put one more comma. Now in the match mode, we have to disable it. So I'm going to select 1. That will be case insensitive. And now if I press the enter key, you see the value gets changed to 2, which is before our delimiter x. So this is where you can use this match mode with text before syntax. Till now we have discussed text delimiter instance num match mode. These two are optional, first two are compulsory. Match mode is case sensitive and by default it is set as 0, which means it is always enabled. So please take care of these things while using this function. Now let's talk about next one, that is match and. What it will do, it will consider the end of your text as a delimiter. Let me give you an example. Okay, here we have 4 delimiter, like 4 hyphens. What if I put my formula like this? I know I have only 4 delimiter, but I'm going to put 5 as instance num, that I want the value which is before the 5th occurrence of delimiter, and there is no 5th occurrence, so I'm going to press enter. I get an error because there is only 4 delimiters, like 4 hyphens. So we have to use this match mode now. How? I'm not going to put this thing under case sensitive, so I'm going to leave it. Now, by default, this match mode is set as 0. But in order to use it, I'm going to put it as a 1 and then I'm going to close the bracket. What it will do, if you see the letter that is TEXAS, with the help of this match and using as 1, it will consider that there is one more delimiter after S, and if I'm going to put the enter key here, I get the result, because using this function it consider that this taxes is something like this, and this is why it gives us the taxes value using this match mode. Easy? Great. Again, this is optional. By default, this is set as 0. If you have to use this function as per your data and you want to use this matchend, please change it from 0 to 1. Now the last thing, which is if not found. It is something like if error basically. So let's talk about this example. I'm simply going to use it one more time and I will put this, and I want the value before fifth occurrence, so there is no fifth occurrence. It will give us an error. Now I want, instead of error, it give me some specific value or something which I can set myself. Let's say I write here, if there is an error, please give me an ups, and I hit enter and I get ups. It is something very similar like to if error, which we generally used in Excel. So this is all about this text before function. This is something which has recently introduced in Excel last year only. Many of you might not heard about it or don't know how to use it. So I believe after this video you will get to know how you can use this text before function. If you like the video, do like, comment and subscribe to the channel. For any further suggestions or for any like topic to the next video, you can either contact me, you can comment me, or I have put my channel description details on my about section. You can reach me through any of these means. Thank you.